welcome back to the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity, progression, and finding your own path. This your co-host, Mr. Brown Broken Guapo, 10 toes down, big head up. It's almost the end of the year. Wish y'all all good luck.
Word. It's your boy Spence. I don't even know what camera to look at.
That one.
Angled up. It's your boy Spence, King Aquarius, wealth strategist. Almost said Mr. 20%. Right, R.I.P. We need new hoodies. This is your boy coming at you from the collective space here in Windsor. Y'all know what it is. Show up, show out. I'm about to show y'all a dope headshot next week because I'm about to get my hair done. So y'all can see what this space is capable of outside of creating a dope podcast here in Connecticut. So y'all know how we like to start this with the question of the day. And based on the conversations we've been having, honestly, I'm literally just going to steal Jacob's question and act like it's mine. Hashtag plagiarism. So, how many times in a week do you and your partner have to have sexual intercourse?
I can't even type this.
For you to what? Be happy, fulfilled, to like.
Hopefully they're the same. Emptied.
For me, can't say empty. Whoa.
Nah, I saw on TikTok, shorty's like, no, I'm emptying my boyfriend's sack before he leaves the house every day. I was like, yo. And yes, she was.
Yo, I love that. Whenever you say something and then all you got to say is, yes, they were. Like, you already know what the question was, what the answer is. Like, yes, they were. Let's see how many times we can fit that in the episode. Probably not many. We don't tell many stories. But for me, how many times do I have to have sex in a week?
And so, again, let's paint the stage, right? Like, y'all live in the same town. Y'all see each other maybe 5 times. Y'all see each other 5 times a week. Y'all have sleepovers 3 times a week.
I say, in that scenario, 4.
Ooh, to be happy.
To be happy, I settle for 3.
Nah, that's settling. You can't settle and be happy.
So then 4.
Okay.
All right, so you said we're sleeping over twice.
3 times.
3 times. So there's 3 automatic.
You see them 5
and
times.
I see you 5 times. So that means somewhere in them other 2 days, you better come up in this house and get this thing. Get this work. Come get this work.
All right. Like
whether
that.
it's a quickie, a longie, a roundies, whatever, like, bruh, here's my thing, right? At my young age of 31, right? I feel like I'm ready to settle down or start working towards a forever relationship.
You think so?
I think so. It'd be nice to have a partner. Bro, I've been a hoe for a long time, so I'm tired.
Once upon a time,
you
not
know,
long ago,
so it'd be nice to have a partner, right? And part of that is if we gonna do this forever and I'm gonna be faithful, part of that means my needs need to be met. You know what I mean? And one of the biggest things is when people say like, oh, I'm speaking to your love language. But just because you're speaking to someone's love language does not mean you are loving them correctly.
Just because you're speaking to someone's love language doesn't mean you're loving them correctly.
Because I can be loving you the best of my ability, but that does not mean that I am loving you how you need to be loved. So it's like me, right? I want pork fried rice and boneless spare ribs, right? Yeah. But you keep bringing me Italian grinders. I too love Italian grinders, but that's not what I want.
You said my love language is physical touch. I need you to touch something.
I mean, I would also say my physical language is love touch. I too would.
My physical language is love touch.
Not the thinking.
My physical language.
I would say my love language. My first love language is probably
Your physical first love.
physical touch for sure.
For real?
For sure.
Okay, interesting.
But
I would have pinned you for a quality time guy.
that's second.
Okay.
But then in the midst of all that, it's also nice to feel energy, to feel appreciated, to feel loved, to feel you know.
Acts of service.
You think that's what that means?
In my head, acts of service and physical touch go hand in hand.
I feel like acts of service is like
I don't think y'all picking up what I'm putting down.
I know I'm picking all of it up. Pause. I heard you. So what about you? How many times a week do you need to have
under those parameters? Sleep over 3 times a week. I see you 5, 8.
Huh? This nigga dotted the I, carried the 2, multiplied the what? 8?
If you sleep over, sex at night, sex in the morning, times that by 3, that's 6. And then if I see you 2 more times, like at least 8. That's like
Damn, I thought my number of 4 was a lot.
I've been dabbling if I have a problem or not. But again, this is just like
So in 5 days, you doing it 8 times, like
probably more. I ain't gonna hold you.
with the one person?
Yeah, yes, because I'm a back to
Denver
back.
JJ don't get sore or nothing.
Yeah,
Like that's like I've had times where it's like, yo, we just did it 5 times in 2 days. Like I need a rest. You know, like it hurts down there.
yeah. Not all vaginas are created equal. Not all vaginas are created equal. So yeah, that does happen.
So
but
that's why I say 8 times in 5 days is a lot.
I guess. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's different.
Right, I'm not judging you. Get yours. Get it how
No,
you
I'm
live
talking
it.
about like women like are different too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same for everybody. But I guess also like if that is the case, you have to be mindful of the type of sex you are partaking in. Touch.
What kind of sex are
I don't know. It's different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo. If any of our listeners or viewers know a sex doctor, we've been wanting to have a sex doctor on the show for a while. So if anybody knows any, like,
They gonna be like, neither of you need to be having sex like, ever until you figure some shit out.
yeah, I guess it is what it
And
is.
again, we talk about like in an ideal world and situation, but
Like we know everybody ain't having sex 8 times in a week.
what's the most amount of times you've had sex in a day?
I probably done like 5 or 6.
Right.
Like we stuck in the house all day together. Like I probably had a couple 5 or 6ers,
That's what I'm saying.
but that's not normal. Like that wasn't every Saturday.
Do you only like having sex in your house? Like, cause you like going on hikes and shit.
Nah, I'll have sex on the top of a mountain.
Okay then. So like you out with your partner, like there's a bunch of different factors that could add this number up. I think. I don't know. I don't know.
What? Ooh, yeah. So it's kind of hard to go to our topic now. I said hard, and we were talking about sex. This nigga's sick. Whoa. I don't know why I found that funny. Ash, I'm gonna bring your mic next week. I promise. I love you. So
We got that on camera.
by the time this airs, like you know, it's coming to the end of the year, right? And I see what you did there. Yeah, I know. So I just want to talk about goals, right? How do you prioritize your goals, because there's different types of goals. We just finished talking about sex, right? So there could be relationship goals, personal goals, business goals, friendship goals. You know what I mean? How do you prioritize your goals going into a new year?
Me personally, I always prioritize business first. I don't know if that's the best thing. I think a lot of people will say you need to prioritize vacations and things that make you happy first. I know business makes me happy. But, I prioritize my business, and then I just work around it. Like, I don't know. I don't believe in a work-life balance. I believe there is life, and you just incorporate everything that you want in it.
That's crazy to me. Like, I understand what you're saying. I just don't live that way.
You don't believe, like, there's just life, and you incorporate everything in it?
No, how you're saying, like, but that is exactly what I believe. There's a life.
Yeah.
So I feel like your quality of life is more important, right? And obviously your business has to fund that quality of life. Mm-hmm. But I don't think we're just meant to be here to work and die. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's what you're saying.
No, that'd be sad.
Right. But it's like, for me, like this year, I've taken, I think, 7 trips this year, 8 by the time December's over. So it's like, for me, experiencing, enjoying life is more important, and figuring out how to better your quality of life through work comes after. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could see that. I guess I'm the exact opposite. I much rather, until I can afford the lifestyle and the vacations that I want, because it's like you take like 2 or 3 relatively long trips, and then the other ones are
just
like,
short outfit. Yeah.
I'm trying to be out. Like I'll be gone for a minute. Like, if I'm gone for a month, that, like, my vacation is still going to be me working from somewhere, but it's going to have a different scenery, you know? Yeah.
For me, it's like, obviously I would love to get to that lifestyle, but when I was playing soccer, right, I worked so hard and focused on getting that lucrative contract, right, that I never stopped and just enjoyed the little shit. You know what I mean? And granted, I had a lot of fun along the way, but I was so focused that I was missing a lot of what was going around, that I think that is why now I prioritize being present and just living in the moment.
No, that's real, because it's hard not to get caught up in the result and live in the moment. Like, that's typically my issue. Like, knowing where I want to be, like, it's hard not to just, like, focus on that so much where it's just like, oh, wait, I'm also here. Like, I need to appreciate everything that's happening right here. But, like, there's things that you could do to incorporate that, like practice gratitude.
What does that look like, practicing gratitude? Because a lot of people, I've been seeing that on social media lately, and it's kind of corny, because it's like, yeah, motherfuckers don't even know this is me. You just saw a picture and posted it. But what does practicing gratitude look like? Because it sounds so powerful, but...
For me, it's just 10 minutes a day. I will literally, I'll meditate for, I guess it's more than 10 minutes. It's like 15 minutes. I'll meditate for 10 minutes. I'll throw on some music and just, like, woo-saw, kind of clear my head, set my intentions for the day. And then I have a gratitude journal. I think it's literally called that on Apple. Like, so it'll tell you to say 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you want to accomplish.
In that day or in general?
In that day.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, it gives you like a wrap-up where you can go back and do it again. I don't go back. I only do it in the morning.
I don't know if I can daily name 3 things that I'm thankful for.
I mean, sometimes you repeat. Like, I'm pretty much grateful for the same things all the time. Man, honestly, when you start focusing on gratitude, you're grateful for everything. Like, I'm grateful that I woke up today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful.
No matter how big or small, I'm thankful for.
Yeah. Like, I'm grateful for these fucking comfy ass sheets that I'm laying on right now. Grateful for this meal that I'm able to afford. Like when you start being grateful for things, you stop complaining about other shit. You know, you stop like complaining about like, oh, I don't have this, I'm not here yet, I'm not there. But like, what do you have? You know what I'm saying, like, what can you be happy for?
How important are small daily goals in when creating like long-term goals?
I fully believe that people need wins. Like I need wins to operate as
Like daily wins?
Yeah, I need wins. I'm a competitive person, right? But like you can't just compete with everything. So it's just like trust me, I've tried. So yeah, I need like you need wins. So like there's a book called I haven't read Atomic Habits, but there's another book talking about like habits and just making your bed every day.
Bro, people were just telling me about that the other day.
Yeah.
Make your bed every day. And I'm like,
It's the first one of the day.
why?
Because you are making your bed, you're setting the tone for the room and the space, and when you come home, you now have a fresh space to like lay your head and like relax.
You're not coming into chaos or like chaos if like you had a bad day and I'm like, oh, my bed's all made.
Unless your bed's on the floor and your shit nasty, but
Bro, my bed was on the floor for a year. It wasn't nasty though.
right.
I'm gonna try that because I hear what you and Ashley are saying. I do not correlate to walk like if I walk in my room and see my bed a mess. It's not like, and by a mess I just mean undone. I don't mean like clothes are all over it and shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for me that does not correlate to like the continuation of a fucked up day. Especially because I'm about to get in this bed and fuck up the sheets anyway.
So exactly, it's the perspective shift. It's not a continuation of a fucked up day. It's the start of winning for the day. Like it's your first win of the day.
I did that.
Right.
I did something that inconvenienced me.
Yeah. That and then your next win is like, all right, I hit the gym. That's 2 wins in less than an hour.
So how do you define a win? Because for me, it's like these are things that I'm supposed to do, that I have to do.
Because
So
you've
to
been
me,
conditioned to do it.
right? So to me, going to the gym is not a win. That's just a normal.
Majority of the U.S. is obese. There's a lot of people losing. You know what I'm saying? In that aspect. So it's like, yeah, it's something that you're supposed to do, but we all know if you don't do it for an extended period of time,
You're gonna fall off.
Right. So it's like, yeah, these are just wins. And being grateful of like, oh, wow, I can afford a gym membership. Wow, I can go into this facility and use all this brand new equipment.
So I think that's the beauty of what you're saying, right? Is like, one, wins don't have to be big things. I think that's where I'm struggling because where I see wins is like getting a new podcast contract, hitting over 100 views, new opportunities. To me, that's a win, but not minimalizing wins, but bringing them down to saying, listen, you did good today and giving yourself the credit that you deserve, but also the gratitude, being thankful for things that are often overlooked.
Exactly. And that's like in anything. Like there's really never a break. There's never like anyone who got lucky. There's an accumulation of incremental growth and like small wins and like just being disciplined and consistent. Like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen if I do this every day for the rest of my life, but I know what won't happen if I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, everything's just about working on yourself. And at the end of the day, you're just making yourself a better person. So like in this game of life, the goal is to just be as best prepared as you can make yourself for whatever's going to happen. And
Right.
like you can choose the segment, like, all right, this is the segment of life that I want to stay in. Based on this segment, these are the things I need to do to hopefully be successful in it.
Right. And it's a lot of it is mindset, because you're never always going to be in the best mindset.
Right.
Right. So it's, how can I push through on the hard days and be appreciative on the good days? Because it's a lot of the times when you're having a good day, you lose sight of You take for granted what's already there.
Yeah, that's. I feel like when you start expecting things, it's just like,
It's the root of all evil, expectation.
and it's just like, all right, well, I think even when you think about that, like in a partnership, right? Because like you said before, like, well, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that. When someone's expecting you to do it, not knowing, like, it's kind of like when people are trying to get over drinking alcohol. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people say, like, yeah, I'm one day closer to, like, not doing it. Like, it's just another day. It's just another day. So then now when it's like, people start having expectations of you, like, oh, well, yeah, you're not going to do that. You're not, like, bro, you don't know how hard I'm fighting not to do this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't know how hard it was for me to get out of bed and get all these things done. Like, what's easy for you may be fucking uphill battle for me. So it's like, yeah, that's where you have to start being grateful and, like, appreciative. Like, all right, I had the opportunity to do this. Like, I have the opportunity to win every day. Like, what am I going to do with this opportunity?
And I think that gratitude, even for bad things, as cliche as it sounds, allows you to be thankful for the good days, right? You can't know a good day if you don't know a bad day.
Yeah. I'm going to butcher this, but, like, some guy I was listening to
Gandhi.
some guy I was listening to on TikTok, and my old math professor at Manchester Community College. They basically said something like, you know, I'm not a religious person, but it's like, yeah, so I asked God for wisdom, so he taught me to read more. Or, like, I asked God for patience, so I had to practice it. It's like, you're not going to get these things just because, like, you want it. You have to get these things because you have to practice it. So, like, if you're practicing patience, like, people are probably going to try your fucking nerves. Like, and, like, you have to learn to then be patient.
A lot of the times the universe gives you what you're asking for, not how you ask for it. To see, one, if you really want it, but two, can you really, like, handle it? You get what I'm saying? If I'm asking for, like you said, if I'm asking for patience, they're going to send me 10 motherfuckers that get on my fucking nerves,
Piss you off, yeah.
right? And by the end of it, I will have learned patience.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or no, people are going to continue to come my way until I have learned the lesson that I'm supposed to. And then once you have learned that lesson, the universe is going to send you one last thing. Are you going to fall back into that cycle?
Right.
Or have you learned your lesson and now you can move on?
Yeah, literally.
Because a lot of the times we're asking for things, and it's almost like taking it back to the soccer story I was telling earlier. You ask for something and you're getting it, and you don't even realize that it's what you've got because you're looking so far ahead. You're looking, and not even realizing, yo, this is the shit I've been asking for my whole life.
Right. Yeah, like a big contract is subjective because, again, there's people who are playing for free.
Paying to do what I'm doing.
Right.
What I'm doing.
Right. It's a lot to think about.
I know we talked about mindset, and discipline is the biggest form of self-love.
Yeah.
But how do you stick to the goals that you set?
How do you stick to the goals that you set? I think the simplest answer is by not giving up. Like,
Stupid.
yeah, I'm too stubborn to give up. I've heard other people, they haven't said it to me, but I've heard other people say it about other people, like, he's too dumb to quit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you don't, like, the only time you fail is when you quit. Really. There's really nothing you can't accomplish. It just might not be on your timeline.
Or how it looked to you.
Yeah, or how it looked for the next person. It's like a lot of times people, like, not reinventing the wheel. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel, but also my wheel might look a lot different than yours. Like, I know there's some key factors that I need to do that is going to help me succeed, but also, like, while I do those key factors, there's going to be other trials and tribulations internally that I need to also overcome
Right.
to then get there.
It's like Nip said, how long till opportunity meets preparation? You know what I mean? So how long do you do something until you learn to either quit or pivot and change directions? Because you can't just keep going and going and going and going. At some point, if you're not getting it, you're just not going to get it.
Is that true? I don't know. I don't. Again, I'm really stubborn. So like, if I say I want something, I just know I'm going to get it. Am I going to get it on my timeline? Probably not, because I rarely do. I think it's just.
But that's probably because you're good at setting obtainable goals.
Nah.
You're not gonna say you want something that you know is not real.
I'm good at setting goals that are going to challenge me, and a lot of times, most time, it never goes the way I plan.
But you get it.
Eventually, but like I also get discouraged along the way. So that's why I'm just like,
But talk on that.
yeah. So like that's also, it's like, damn, I know I'm capable of doing X, Y, and Z. And any roadblock, anything that happens, I'm just like, fuck.
But you get discouraged, but you don't quit.
No, I don't quit.
Because that's the thing. Like, a lot of people will be like, you know that picture of the person that's like digging the gold, and then they stop, and if they would have just dug one more, the gold was right there on the other side.
Yeah.
Like, you can't quit. Because, like, if you're setting goals that are obtainable, then I don't really think you're setting good goals.
Right. So I've always lived by the philosophy: shoot for the stars, land on the moon. Whereas, like, I've heard it both ways. There's some people who say that, and they're just like, nah, because if I don't hit that goal, I'm gonna feel like shit. So they set goals that they know they can hit for that win, so they feel better. Whereas, like, I shoot goals to where, like, even if I fall short, I'm
hitting something
way further than I would have been regardless. I don't know. I think there's like a lot of psychology behind the two of them. But I think, like, to answer your overall question, it's really just about being consistent and disciplined and like somewhat delusional in your stubbornness.
When Cole was basically like, he told the story, and I've told the story a million times about, like, he was a little bit delusional when he was trying to get his first record deal, because he was basically saying, like, who the fuck was I to think that Jay-Z was actually going to go and sign me? You get, like, I had to be a little bit delusional to believe that was going to happen.
And he got smacked in the face. And then, like, he had to go back to the drawing board, like, all right, I'm not going to get signed that way.
Right. You know what I mean? And I think for the shit that we want, you know, for all the listeners, for everybody in this room, I think we are a little bit delusional to think, yo, that's really going to happen. But delusional in a good way.
Yeah. Well, because there's a reason why there's, like, small pockets and percentages of people who are successful at a certain capacity, because they're delusional, they don't give up, and they, like, I think you have to vividly see it. I think that is where I fall short. It's hard for me to really visualize and, like, embody certain goals because I just don't know what it looks like.
Visualize, like, the end goal? Because the way I operate is I know I can't see that shit. You know what I mean? Like, the way I function is, yo, I want to do something.
Yeah.
All right, bet. I'm going to go do it. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how it's going to get done. Because, you know, I'm the world's worst planner.
Right.
Right? And I'm not organized at all. But for me, it's, yo, I want to go over there. I bet I'm going to just put my head down and get there. And I know I can't see it. I know I can't see the path. I just know one way or another, once I start walking, I'm not going to stop till I get there.
But the thing is, okay, so I'm glad you said that. I think that is where you have an area of opportunity because I just study successful people. They all say, I had a dream, like Dame Dash. He has the ability to visualize the end so vividly that he can almost, like, taste it. You know, like he can almost feel it. It's like it's like tangible, right? So that way, as he's going, this nigga's sick. That way, as he's going through this, it's like to your point, you don't know when you get there because you don't know what it looks like.
Right.
So like he knows what it looks like. No. I've arrived. I'm here. I've hit this goal. This is exactly what I thought it was gonna look like with more trimming. You know what I'm saying? Like it just looks better than I thought it was gonna be, but it was something like this. Whereas like if you're just going blindly, bro, you'll go forever. You'll walk around the world 1,000,000 times and never know what you're looking for.
And so I guess for me, I know where I want to end up. You get what I mean? Like every live episode that we've done, to me, has been a success. Because I knew what I wanted out of each event. Did I know how the fuck we were gonna get there? Nah. I mean, granted, now we've laid down a blueprint. We know what we have to do. You get what I'm saying? But I knew what that end goal was. You know what I mean? And for me, failure is, as cliche as it sounds, failure is not an option. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't reach your goal, does that mean you failed?
I don't know how important is your goal to you. Because I don't know.
Wasn't that why you said it? You're trying to accomplish that.
But you got to think, like, your goals in the grand scheme are so minuscule. You know, like, it's like my goals impact so many other people to where I'm, like, not in a rush, but I'm also, like, excited and like scared for it. Whereas like I think most people's goals, I don't know. It's always interesting to me when people can just pivot off of something that they said they wanted to do. It's like, I don't know, like somebody says they want to own a fucking McDonald's. And then they learn everything that goes into owning a McDonald's. They're like, I don't want to own a McDonald's anymore. What was the point in the first place? Like, I think it's more impactful. Like, if you have a goal that's so vivid and impactful to you, your family, and like the community, to where it's like, all I need to do is figure out how to do it, and I'm going to enjoy the process, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is. Like, I don't know, I just view life as a video game. It's literally a role-playing game. Like, you...
Role play.
That also needs to be into the 8 times a week. But, but it's like, you know, as a video game person, like playing Zelda, playing Assassin's Creed, playing a bunch of different video games, it's like you go through every stage and you don't get to the next one until you beat it. And, hey, yeah.
I get it because he was role playing and he had to beat it.
This nigga's sick. So, like you were saying, it's like if you view life as a video game, you're not gonna get to the next level until you complete this one.
Good choice of words.
This nigga. So until you complete like this level, so it's like, all right, the game's gonna tell you like, all right, bro, start over.
It's you made me. You arose the thought of, when you're setting goals, they should not only affect you. You get, what happened? Did I miss some? Oh. wee.
Like a cop car. Cuff me, my bad.
But yeah, when you're setting goals, because like you said, your goals are so big that they don't just impact you.
Right.
So when setting goals, it's not just about you. Because if you're impacting, if you're helping, affecting other people, you've succeeded.
I mean, religion has taught us that across the board that you are not enough. Like, you as a person are not enough. You have to.
I don't know religion. I'm enough.
I heard you, but like I'm saying, like, as a whole, if you're just doing things selfishly for your own good, that's not enough.
Facts,
right?
Facts,
like, there
facts.
has to be something bigger and larger for like you to believe in it and impact in a grand scheme. So it's just like, yeah, me, it's the community, because like from where we started to where we live now to like the people I'm now being surrounded with and like seeing and how they live and where they started, I'm just like, our community is capable of a lot and like a lot more, but there's a lot of opportunities that are left on the table that like aren't being shown to our next generation, or kids are being passed through to grades just to like, all right, graduate, and then if you go to jail, you sell drugs, do whatever, like, all right, cool, that's going back to the taxes anyways. Like,
Right.
like there's just so much, there's so many areas of opportunity where like I know personally that I can impact that. To me, that's important, to where like some people just want to get rich so that they can, a lot of people want to get rich just so they can spend money.
A lot of people want to get rich because they think that'll solve their problems of today.
Right.
Like they don't realize when Biggie said more money, more problems, it was a real thing.
Because once you get rich, you have to keep it, and you have to work way harder. Like the level of hard you have to work at once you get rich is crazy.
You're on a roll today.
Yeah, I am. It's been a while. So it's like, okay, your big contract. I don't think you in that moment probably realized, when I get that big contract, like work is gonna be crazy.
Facts.
Like work is probably gonna be harder than anything you've experienced to that point. This is why people like say shit like LeBron. Like, it is actually really impressive what he's accomplished and still accomplished. Like at his big age, and like he could probably, I don't know how many more years you think LeBron could go. Probably, I'd say 5. Okay. Like, I think he could still do another 5 years solid. Like, he could play into his 40s and just be like, yeah, I may not be dunking on people the same, but like y'all,
I'm impacting the game.
Yeah, like I could just be on the court. He could probably get like 12 to 15 points a game and still just impact the game by being there.
Yeah.
That's shit. That's the type of shit I want. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. But shit, we've been chopping it up. I know today's gonna be a little short because we got some things that we got to do. But I think it was insightful to hear how something so small in goals could actually be so big.
Bigger than goals. Yeah.
Wee. Yo, let's get our 15 seconds of fame and then get up out of here.
Can you zoom in? I can't tell if you zoom in now. I'm just gonna assume you are, right? To everyone out there in a relationship, have sex 10 times a week.
To everybody out there in a relationship,
Lick that nigga balls.
whoa. Love your partner the way they need to be loved, not just how you know how to love them. That's my 15 seconds of fame.
It coincides with what I said.
And with that being said, this is the best fucking podcast in CT because we got love, we got goals, and we got everything you need to be successful. So love yourself, love your partner, and love your mama. Holla at your boy. It's a wrap.
I hope you should love this.